We're going to start off by taking 20 seconds to memorize as many words on the next list as you can. Ready? Begin. Now take out a piece of paper. We will give you 20 seconds. Now try to write down as many words as you remember from the previous list. Ready? Begin. This activity, utilizing your short-term memory, is an example of your cognitive function at work. We will now discuss what cognitive function is and later on look at its relationship and exercise in children. Cognitive function is the process in which an individual is able to perceive, recognize, and understand thoughts and ideas. This includes tasks such as concentrating, dividing one's attention, learning, memory, planning, self-regulation, thinking and reasoning, problem-solving, language, and deception. Cognitive function plays a vital role in our daily life and is even included in conceptual models related to quality of life. Because cognitive function is so important, this led researchers to investigate how to improve it or maintain its integrity, especially into adulthood. Research has shown that exercise has positive effects on cognitive function. It can decrease rates of cognitive decline in adults, increase academic performance in children, and overall increases performance on cognitive tasks.
There are three main mechanisms that we will discuss. The first is the molecular mechanism. This mechanism demonstrates that exercise increases internal factors, including brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, vascular endothelial growth factor, VEGF, and insulin-like growth factor, IGF-1. Exercise causes upregulation of these three factors, which have been linked to neurogenesis, the formation of new neurons in the brain region of the hippocampus. Exercise therefore improves cognitive functions such as learning and memory, which is what the hippocampus is responsible for. The next mechanism is the cellular mechanism. Research has shown that exercise increases neuroplasticity, which is the capacity to grow new neurons and strengthen synapses. The specific aspects of neuroplasticity include neurogenesis and synaptogenesis. Having more neurons and synapses, as well as making existing ones stronger, contributes to improved cognitive function. The final mechanism we will discuss is the peripheral mechanism. This mechanism explains how exercise indirectly influences cognitive function. Chronic exercise leads to improved body composition, blood lipid levels, blood pressure, insulin sensitivity, glucose tolerance, and reduces inflammation. All of these factors result in improved health, including a healthy brain, which therefore improves cognitive function.
Childhood and adolescence is a sensitive period where extensive brain development and cognitive maturation are occurring. It is very important that children are in enriching and stimulating environments both at home and at school to promote optimal cognitive development. Researchers have found that physical activity has a positive influence on children's cognition, having the largest effects on their executive function, attention, and academic achievement. An ongoing area of research is the effects of exercise on cognition on a specific population of children, those with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or ADHD. ADHD is a psychiatric disorder in children who exhibit inattention, overactivity, and impulsiveness. It affects 7.2% of children aged 4 to 17 years old. Research suggests that physical activity is associated with improved attention, inhibition, and impulsivity in children with ADHD. One reason for this is because exercise has a similar effect on the systems and pathways in the brain that psychostimulants act on, which is the type of medication that is used to help treat the core symptoms of ADHD. Many cross-sectional studies, including one conducted by Mahar and colleagues, demonstrates the benefits of single bouts of exercise in children with ADHD. They looked at the effects of 10-minute classroom-based physical activity breaks on children's behavior and attention. In the middle of the school day, children that were given an energizer activity, such as running or hopping in place, exhibited increased attention and executive function. The children who were the least on task and least focused, such as children with ADHD, showed the greatest behavioral improvements when they participated. With a small bout of exercise, there is increased arousal and blood flow in the prefrontal cortex of the brain. This is thought to increase cognitive processes and facilitates improved executive functioning, which helps explain why these energizer activities are so beneficial for children. To better understand how physical activity helps children with ADHD, we met with Lori Ecoff, who was willing to share her story on how physical activity has helped her child.
My name is Lori Ecoff, and as a job, my job is early childhood special education consultant for Heartland AEA. So I work with kids with disabilities a lot, but I also have a son whose name is Eli, and he was diagnosed with ADHD at age 8, just before his 9th birthday. He is involved in a variety of sports, swimming being one of them. Was he involved before that? Yes, he did like t-ball, soccer, that kind of stuff. It's been important for me, and so we decided to get him involved in sports as well. And I think building character and the concepts of teamwork and sportsmanship are good things to do. Well, he'd tell you that he doesn't want to do anything, but he does swimming, and then he also does triathlons in the summer. So that has helped his focus. It kind of depends on the exercise, and it depends on the mental aspects of the game, because it's all with the frontal lobe. So if you look at kids, typical age for diagnosis is age 7. But there have been kids way younger diagnosed, and I would say sports and physical activity does help because there's so many concepts about trying to figure out how to read people and that kind of stuff, which is impacted by the frontal lobe. Other things we've done for Eli besides just physical exercise is he has gone to a chiropractor that has worked on the whole body to work on the central focus and basically realigning his body to help work with visual scanning, which is also impacted. We're not sure if it's for sure by the ADHD or whatever, but that, and then and then hopefully trying to learn how to read stuff out of that frontal lobe, but it's not easy.